So we just got the first hands-on impressions of Samsung's new foldables, and this puts the Z Fold 8 Ultra in a weird spot. Because the Ultra still looks like the better phone on paper, but the moment people actually held both of them, the story started changing. And that's exactly where Samsung's new lineup gets interesting. Let me explain. So a reliable Korean blogger shared early hands-on reactions from people who already tried the standard Z Fold 8 samples floating around Korea, and everyone said the same thing. It feels unbelievably light. We already know it's around 201 grams. It's lighter than the Fold 7, and even lighter than the Ultra it's launching right next to, making it one of the lightest book-style foldables we've seen so far. But the number isn't even the real story. It's how it feels. That short, wide body spreads the weight out, so it feels even lighter than it is. And honestly, that's what got me. It's the one without the Ultra name, leaving the better impression. So how did Samsung pull that off? Part of it's clever, but part of it's a trade. And the Korean story makes this even more awkward, because the same people who held both phones say the wider Fold actually folds flatter than the Ultra, and that is not a small thing. The Ultra is supposed to be the premium Fold, but if the cheaper Fold feels lighter and folds cleaner, then the Ultra already has a problem before we even get to the spec sheet. Now, the reason could be the glass. The wider Fold is rumored to use thicker, ultra-thin glass, which may help it reduce the crease more than the Ultra. So no, I'm not saying the Ultra suddenly becomes pointless. It still has stronger hardware in other areas, but in the hand, the regular Fold 8 might be the one that feels more next-gen. And the leaked wallpapers add another clue. They don't prove the crease, but they do back up the display change Ice Universe talked about earlier. The official wallpaper's resolution points to a sharper, wider inner screen, which makes sense for this new Fold format. The Ultra is also rumored to get a resolution bump, but that part is still missing one thing: the actual number. But here's the part nobody's really saying. This weight drop didn't happen for free. So yes, Samsung made it more comfortable, but some of that came from Samsung asking a little less from the phone. And that's the trade. And this is where Samsung's decision starts to make sense, because the standard Fold 8 was never just built to sit below the Ultra. Apple's first foldable is expected to use a similar wide passport-style design, so Samsung needed its own version before Apple could turn that shape into an iPhone thing. And that's why this part matters so much, because Apple's whole foldable pitch is expected to be one thing: a screen with almost no crease. So if Samsung wants this to be the Apple fighter, this had to be the Fold that feels cleaner, lighter, and more modern. And once you see it that way, the launch timing suddenly matters a lot.
The Unpacked is expected on July 22nd in London, and we also have a pretty good idea of when you'll actually be able to buy it. One retailer listing points to August 5th, but Samsung usually announces on a Wednesday and starts sales on a Friday. So for the global release, August 7th makes more sense. Pre-orders should open around the event, as usual. But here's the heads up. The free storage upgrade Samsung usually throws in may not be as generous this year. And honestly, that makes sense, because memory prices are through the roof. Now here's the part that's a little awkward for both Z Fold 8, because the iPhone Ultra has one upgrade that Samsung may not have an answer for. I broke it all down right here. We want you to stay with us by subscribing and share your valuable feedback through comments. See you in the next video.